So we are here at Canadian Bakery, me, Mapka, and my beloved woman. Look at her. She looks so exquisite, so authentic. So my foreigner is eating Indian food, and she really likes this place, as she's mentioned. She likes these ragi and maize rotis, corn rotis,
Corn chapati.
corn chapati. Yeah, so let her eat. Let's leave her alone in peace so she can enjoy.
Dal, rice, veg, chapati. Yum yum.
This carrot cheesecake, carrot cake. मम का अभी हम यहाँ पे घूम रहे हैं थोड़ा. ये अभी टाइम हो रहा है ऑलमोस्ट 5 PM. सनसेट होने वाला है और धूप इतनी तेज़ नहीं है तो एंड इट्स नॉट दैट हॉट, सो इट्स गुड फॉर हर, यू नो. ये धूप में ज़्यादा देर तक नहीं निकल सकती. लुक एट हर, हाउ शी लुक्स लाइक. हाँ, माय गॉर्जियस वुमन. Hopsy, how do you like this place?
I love this place.
Really?
I'm here second time and I will come back again because I just love these vibes. This is for me. This is a real India. Mountains, peace, and not just crowded cities.
Okay, tell me something about coming here to Corn Village.
Traveling is very challenging because of the way Indians drive and ride. Okay, we know,
Yes.
but views were just outstanding. These mountains and everything. Well, the way like we just left one world and we entered a world where there is peace and silence, like here, because these places we went through,
Yes.
these were very crowded and noisy, and this place is, for example, in compare with Mussoorie, I wouldn't want to stay there. I can be honest
know.
about it, but this place I love returning here because this is a very peaceful place and few people are living here, and they are just way too different from people who live in cities. But I can sense they have different values, different perspective. They live this nice humble life, and they really look like very kind. Well, the cities are kind too, but it's just very different. The vibe is very different. This is what I would say. I love everything about this place.
Take me back to when you were here beside me. Take me back to all the days we had. Take me back.
It's not going to be like a very big vlog. I'm just here because she wanted to come here again, and she likes this place a lot. With her mom. Yeah.
आप बहुत क्यूट लग रहे हो.
You're looking very beautiful.
आपको दो दे रहे, कोई बात नहीं. कोई बात नहीं, आगे दो ले लो. दे दे.
Here is more.
दे दे सानू, सानू दे दे.
So, second time in Corn Village.
Can I say
What are you doing?
something magical happened here?
Yeah. Oh. She enjoyed it. She loved it. She loves this place anyway. So it's great.
It's already been in my very favorite place, and now it's gonna be even more.
Yeah.
Let's take a photo here. This
Here we meet again, Bob.
We do indeed. We
Yeah.
do indeed. How do you do? Namaste.
So Bob's from England, and I was just talking to him for a while, and he said that now he's been living here for like past couple of weeks, but he's been here on and off in Sainji. He's from England, Manchester, and he says that I've visited this museum in Mussoorie a lot of times. And what I do is I bring back things from England, from Victorian era, and I place it in museum here because that's where they actually belong. This is crazy. So, nice guy. There he is. And this is my woman. Look at her.
Little heart. This little heart.
Wow. You're lucky girl. What you say? What you say?
What'd you say when you get something?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Wind. And there are 4 albums that Lemmy was with in Hawkwind, and they are absolutely blistering. And the last track he recorded with Hawkwind before he started Motorhead was called Motorhead. Threw him out because there was a drugs bust in Canada, and they were going on a tour there in North America, and he got thrown out of the band because he got caught in possession of drugs.
Yeah.
The band said, "You're out." So he went back to England, he started Motorhead, and the rest is history. And he was such a small man. When you meet him, I met him once, and he was only about this tall, really small.
I'm sorry, who you met, Lemmy?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I met him at the Isle of Man TT races.
Isle of Man. Oh, the motorcycle rides.
Yeah, in the Isle of Man.
Yeah, Isle of Man TT.
races.
Yeah.
He was a very
Tourist
nice
trophy.
person.
Yeah, really
Some
really
people
nice
said
person.
yeah.
When you looked at him, he looked like a Nazi because he had all the
Yeah,
Nazi regalia.
I
but
watched
that
all
was
the
just
documentaries.
dress.
Yes,
It was
it
all
was
dress.
special.
And he was one of the few people I know, like when racism was prevalent in the UK, he said, no, none of that rubbish. If you're black and
Okay.
you like music, you're great. If you don't, he was just really positive, a very inclusive man, although he looked quite different. But yeah, I met him
He was a
long
nice
time ago.
person.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I've been listening to metal since I was like, what, 11, 12 years old. And I never looked back since. And I never listened to Bollywood. Because there's no creativity in that. I'm sorry. Like, this is coming from a very personal place. It's all repetitive 3-chord structure, you know.
Yeah, I can get that,
Yeah.
but it's different. It's when you take it from India and you take it to the West, it sounds innovative and different. Because we've been living and breathing rock and roll since
Yeah, of course.
1956,
yes.
and finding another influence. But I started listening to Indian music. So I mean, there's a band I like hugely called Sadar Bazaar. And
Okay.
they play the most amazing Indian-inspired music. If you're into psych rock, then
Okay, so I thought you were talking about like the new Bollywood music. Okay,
no,
no.
I'm going back to
Okay, back. So you're talking
70s.
about classical and stuff. and
70s, you know.
70s. Yeah,
Lata
that was great.
Mangeshkar,
That was a nice era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asha Bosley.
Yes.
Yeah.
Of course, that's great music, hands down.
So that's what my son has
Oh,
asked
that's
me.
fine. I
So
thought
I'm
you were
gonna-
talking about new
so
one.
there's 3 shops in Mussoorie that sell antiques. So
Okay.
I'm going to go and see if I can find some tomorrow.
Ah, that's great.
From vinyl or CD?
Vinyl, yeah.
Vinyl.
Vinyl, yeah.
Wow, that's
But
great.
if you are poking around India and you find any Beatles 78s, that's
Oh,
where the money is. £2,000 for one record.
£2,000 for one
Yeah,
record
and those are
Can
the
we-
cheap ones.
for the vinyl. Of course, they
Can
can.
be,
Can
I
be
know,
yes.
But it's got to be 78s.
Okay.
Because what they did in India was because the electricity situation is so much more variable than it was in the West. They stopped making 78 RPM records in 1961 in England,
Okay.
and they were making them here up to 1966.
Right.
And so a lot of the Beatles singles were released on 78 RPM, well, not 45 or 33, 78.
78.
And they're also very, very easily breakable.
Okay.
So they are incredibly rare. And
That's
if you
why-
are a vinyl collector.
She is. Yeah, I'm not.
well,
I
you
just
check
take
out-
from
just
her.
Type in Beatles 78.
I will
And
check.
that's worth some serious money.
Wow,
Serious money.
that's great.
Well, lovely to meet you. Enjoy yourself. Nice to meet you as well. You.
Same here.
Mom.
Mom,
Yeah,
she's my
Mom.
mom.
Yeah,
yes.
she's
We came to India together
Yeah,
from
okay.
Europe.
Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah.
So what journey did you say from?
Okay.
Slovakia.
Yeah. How does somebody from Slovakia find themselves in the northern Himalayas?
Music.
Okay, music.
Yeah.
connected us, and now
We are like
we are like
together.
So, do you play your music very loud from Slovakia?
very loud.
Yes, of course. I was able to
The
hear it.
connection was made.
Yes, I was able to hear it loud and
We
clear.
rock, we rock.
Right.
Yeah.
So, did you meet each other on Instagram?
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Oh, cool.
after
Long
some
time back.
came
Like, it's
here
been-
and
It's
Yeah.
been like years now.
yes,
Oh.
and
2020.
we plan some future.
Right. Okay. Well, good
Yeah.
luck with it.
Thank you so much.
Enjoy your music.
Ah,
We
Check
will.
out the thing I always do with music is the music that you hear is wonderful, but where did they get their inspiration from? And that's where you find the true heart of music. So, like Led Zepp,
No.
and what was the band that came before the Yardbirds?
yes.
So you know, Led Zeppelin came from the Yardbirds, and you look at the Yardbirds music. What were they playing? Because none of them were written by the guys in the Yardbirds. You ever heard of somebody called Johnny Burnett?
No, not me. Have you heard about of
Can
him?
be, can be, can be.
I'd be very surprised, but Johnny Burnett was in a band called Johnny Burnett and the Rock and Roll Trio. They did the most wild rockabilly music, and what they did to get the sound out of the guitar was they took a razor blade and they sliced the cone on the speaker,
Okay.
so that it had a natural distortion.
Oh.
So
There
what-
is, yes, there is started. I heard that.
So check out Johnny Burnett
I will,
and,
I will.
and that guitar, and then you start listening to why Jimmy Page started to like Johnny
Jimmy
Burnett,
Page,
and then
yes.
you just start to see how all these lines go back to those 50s.
Yeah, I listen to like new age metal stuff, like metalcore and stuff.
We have
She
to
doesn't.
Go, we have to go back to,
Yeah,
to the beginning.
The roots.
Yeah,
The
that's
roots,
true.
yes,
That's true.
Yes, I always say, tell him that without this music, like Led Zeppelin, without these bands, nowadays music wouldn't be like
No,
this.
exactly.
They are all influenced.
But all that music that Led Zepp played, they were all black guys who just used to be sitting in cornfields. And you start listening to all that music, and you start thinking, this is, you know, you think you've heard it all, and then you hear the original versions of them, like Blind Willie McTell. What's his name? Boogie Chillin. Just go back to the stuff that the Stones used to listen to. There's a whole history there, and you suddenly got this taste, and you go, how can something that is new age
Yes.
heavy metal come from these roots? But then you can slowly just find the river
Yes.
that joins the 2 points together.
Of course, that's true. Yeah.
Enjoy the musical
Thank you
journey
so
that you're
much.
on.
It was nice meeting you,
Enjoy the
Bob.
journey that you're on.
Thank
Nice to
you
meet
so
you
much.
as well.
Same to you. Of course.